Woodley East.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the section quoted by the member is 73.2, that when the bill has been reported from Committee of the Whole Assembly, Assembly may proceed to consider the bill as reported upon a motion that the report of the Committee of the Whole Assembly on the bill be adopted. That's the stage we are. Honorable Speaker, the ABC has referred the bill to the Committee of the Whole House. And that is the process we are in. So now, it is the stage that you announced to the member to move a motion for us to go to that consideration stage.
Honorable member, please, can you, Honorable member for Serakunda, please allow me. Honorable member for Woodley East. Honorable member for Woodley East. Yes, when you were making your comment, the technicians were with me. I didn't get you clearly. Can you please?
Honorable Speaker, I said the bill was referred by the ABC to the Committee of the Whole House, which we have done. Now we should go to the third reading. And then you are right by calling on the member to move a motion for us to go to that third reading. That's the stage we are now.
Honorable member for Serakunda.
Honorable Speaker, if we look at Standing Order 66, it makes everything clear that committee stage, it says a detailed investigation by a committee followed by a report.
66.
66. 1, paragraph 1B. Committee stage, detailed investigation by a committee followed by a report to the Assembly. And here, the bill may be committed to a standing select committee or a committee of the whole House. So the bill was committed to a committee of the whole House for that stage. Consideration stage, consideration of an opportunity for members to vote on the detailed clauses of the bill, including amendments to the bill. What is very clear is that's what we did. But we must also be very cautious regarding a committee of the whole Assembly sitting and what is the implications. But what we did was to consider the bill in detail and vote on the clauses. That we did. Procedure-wise, we have done precisely what Standing Order 66 dictates. And then it says, the third reading, passing or rejection of the bill without further amendment. Well, this is what is said, and you may do your ruling.
Honorable Speaker.
I'm not dismissing what is, Honorable Speaker, I'm not dismissing what the member is talking about. I'm simply telling you what is said. The ruling is yours.
Honorable Speaker, can I come up, please?
For 5 minutes.
Honorable member for Central Badibu, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think at the committee stage, a proposal was... please, can you allow me to learn? If not, there will be no business in the House.
Please stop interrupting, please. Allow him, I gave him the floor. Allow him to go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, if they keep on interrupting me, there will be no session. I swear. Okay. Honorable Speaker, Section 73.
Honorable Speaker, point of order. I honestly believe that under Standing Order 29, the language should really be tempered to meet the integrity of the National Assembly, and I'll beg the member to withdraw that what appears like a threat.
Thank you. Withdrawn.
Honorable member,
Withdrawn.
you withdraw. Okay, you can go ahead, please.
But please, I think there is a standing order that advises members to allow their colleagues to make their interventions without interruption. Let us respect that standing order too. All right. Honorable Speaker, I just want to be enlightened. 73.4. If a motion is agreed to, consideration stage is completed, and the bill shall stand referred to the Assembly Business Committee for the scheduling of the third reading, which is very clear. But now, there was a proposal on the ground that let the bill be looked at the mover so that he can make amendment was proposed. So, and if amendment is proposed to a bill, then 6 saying that if a motion made under the paragraph 4 falls, the person in charge of the bill or any other member may move that the bill be reconsidered, either wholly or in respect only of some particular part or parts of the bill, or some proposed new clauses or new schedule. No notice of motion for the consideration of a bill shall be required. So if that is the case, I think we can move to the next level of reconsideration stage.
Honorable members, I will now suspend the sitting for 5 minutes and come back for the ruling. Thank you. The House. Yeah. 5 minutes suspension. I'll come back for the ruling, please. Thank you.
approval going to be slim kind of because you already declared it. You already declared it.
Save your energy. Allah energy save more boy.
Dado selte am kana da banke ta di wala ka ka ika keno do ika adam baro ya sangi sina ika keno do selte yendo ko ko wadi moyna wa ya sangi it's no more use now.
Malay. Itu le nyimmi. Di mana ya ire? Ini le boro ke jande. Kya bol? Ah.
You're just trying to predict my word.
Me am from Nyani. Ya welcome wallahi.
Nyani Anso?
Anso, that is it. Nyani.
People of Nyani don't die.
Yeah, untouchable.
You know this. You know. But minimum understand the word. You cannot stop.
No, they are just trying to frustrate us, but I will speak on your family. And come on, my from here. Huh? Okay, we don't get him for us. No, not even a yard water. Minangi mai go di jona na da
Jallo, bari.
but then come from the time will be. Apart from me, no, don't come. Come from the time will be. It matters a lot.
The Assembly now resumes. Sit down, honorable members and honorable ministers. Honorable members, this will be the Speaker's ruling, Friday, 17th July 2020. Honorable members of the Honorable nominated member Yakumba Jaite raised a point of order on a matter of procedure before this Assembly as presiding officer. I suspend the Assembly for a few minutes on a point of order. Decide on the point of order. Accordingly, I wish to take the following ruling on point of order on the issue to the Committee of the Whole House, considering the stage and others among the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020. On the issue whether the Committee of the Whole House and the consideration stage of the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020, I wish to state it is a fact that the second reading of the Local Government Amendment Bill was done on Monday, the 6th July 2020, and the Assembly Business Committee met and agreed the committee commit the bill to the Committee of the Whole House through a motion made and approved in the Assembly on the same day. Accordingly, the bill was referred to the Committee of the Whole House in accordance with Standing Order 68-2B in bracket. In addition, the Committee of the Whole House and the consideration stage of the Local Government Amendment Bill was scheduled and conclude on Monday, the 13th July 2020, 3 working days after the second reading. The Standing Order 71-1 in bracket is very clear. It states that at the conclusion of the proceedings on a bill in committing to the whole House, the chairperson shall announce that the Assembly will now resume, and the person in charge of the bill shall report on the committee of stage with any amendments in case, as the case may be. The person in charge of the bill, Honorable Member for Lower Badibu, did move and report to the Committee of the Whole House as per the following terms, I quote. Honorable Speaker, I move that the report of the bill entitled to the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020, having gone through the Committee of the Whole House without amendment, be adopted, as well as approved as the consideration stage. Unquote. This was the second question. It was seconded, and the question put that the Assembly on that day, therefore, in accordance with Standing Order 73-2 in bracket and 4, which reads, 4, if a motion is agreed to, which is the motion moved by a person in charge of the bill, I quote, as quoted above, consideration stage is completed, and the bill shall stand referred to the Assembly Business Committee for schedule of the third reading and consideration. The consideration stage on the bill was deemed completed. Honorable members, this was reflected in the record of votes and proceedings of the 13th July 2020, validated by the Assembly as true records of the proceedings. Furthermore, the Assembly should take notice that the provision of Standing Order 73 take precedence over all the provisions as far as the bill reported from the Committee of the Whole House are concerned. Standing Order 73-1 reads, I quote, the provision in this standing order, which is Order 73, shall apply to consider the stage of the bill committed to the Committee of the Whole House, unquote. Consequently, the Assembly Business Committee met on Tuesday, 14th July 2020, among other issues, decide and arrange an additional sitting a day accordingly. The third reading of the Local Government Bill 2020 was scheduled for today, Friday, 17th July 2020. Based on the foregone, in accordance with Clause 18, 19, and 20 of the standing order, I here overrule the point of order and further hereby rule we proceed on the third reading of the bill before us today, the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020. Finally, I wish to remind this Assembly that Standing Order 75-2 provides that the only amendment for the correction of error either side, with the Speaker's permission, may be made before the questions for the third reading of the bill and is being put to amendments materially characteristic that should promote. In accordance with the Standing Order 20, this ruling is final and I shall not open to appeal, and I shall review that the Assembly accept on substantive motion made after the notice. I will therefore note I will therefore not entertain any further point of order or observation on a matter, or permit any interruption from any honorable member. I thank you, honorable members, for Lower Badibu. You may please proceed with your motion. Thank you. Honorable member for Lower Badibu, please proceed with your motion.
Thank you very much.
On objects and reasons.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Motion to amend the object and reasons which were proposed by the members here during the second reading. Honorable Speaker, I move that the object and reason of the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 be amended and to read as follows. The bill seeks to grant independence to the members of the Area Council. It will further enhance the system of local governance, autonomy, freedom of speech, and debate in accordance with Section 193 of the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia, 1997. The bill also seeks to ensure that council members' sense of duty, functions, and actions are influenced by the supreme national and community interests and the dictates of conscience. Honorable Speaker, motion to third reading. Honorable Speaker, I move that the bill entitled Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 be read a third term and pass. I beg to move. Thank you.
Thank you. Any seconder on the first motion? Honorable member for Basse.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. I rise to second the motion.
Honorable members, it has moved and seconded that the objects and reason of the bill entitled to the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 be amended as read. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those not in favor, please say no.
No.
The ayes have it. Any seconder for the second motion? Honorable member for Woodley East.
For the second motion, Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion. Thank you.
Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled to the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 be read third time and pass. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those not in favor, please say no.
No.
Ayes have it.
Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 is hereby read a third time and passed.
Then somebody should.
No.
Clerk, please proceed.
Bills. Standing Order 66, second reading of the Petroleum Commission Bill 2020.
Honorable members will recall that the first reading of Petroleum Commission Bill, please order. Honorable members will recall that the first reading of Petroleum Commission Bill 2020 was done on Thursday, the 2nd July 2020, and today was the appointed for the second reading in accordance with Standing Order. Therefore, in pursuance to Clause 67 of the Standing Order, I now invite the Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Energy to move a motion for the second reading of the bill entitled to Petroleum Commission Bill 2020. Honorable Minister.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the bill entitled Petroleum Commission Bill 2020 be read a second time for consideration and enactment by this August Assembly. Honorable Speaker, in 2019, Cabinet gave approval for my ministry to undertake reforms that are needed for the development of the petroleum sector, including establishing an autonomous petroleum commission. My ministry initiated this process by embarking on stakeholder consultations that culminated into the drafting of the Petroleum Commission Bill. The Petroleum Commission's key mandate is to regulate upstream and midstream petroleum activities in the Gambia. Such autonomy is envisaged to ensure good governance, transparency, and efficiency. Currently, the Minister of Petroleum and Energy provides policy direction as its core mandate, facilitates licensing as well as the regulation of the upstream activities through the Petroleum Commission as a unit within the ministry. This is not in line with best practices. It is therefore prudent to separate policy, regulation, and operation, which is good resource governance practice and in line with the ECOWAS hydrocarbon development policy. Since a dedicated Ministry of Petroleum as a policy-making body is established together with the Gambian National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, as the business arm of government in the petroleum sector, there is a need to establish an autonomous body to regulate upstream and midstream petroleum activities. An independent and competent commission will not only facilitate the attainment of the broad national, fiscal, operational, and local content objectives,
but also the management of the social and environmental practices related to the oil and gas development. Honorable Speaker, a key objective of the Petroleum Commission Bill is to establish the Commission whose main function will be enforcing laws, regulations, and contract terms, advising the Ministry on effectiveness of policies, laws, and regulations in the midstream and upstream petroleum sector. It will also initiate and conduct licensing processes, facilitate data acquisition and sales, and manage licenses following its signature. The potential benefits of a well-managed and administered petroleum sector are numerous, ranging from immediate direct payments to government in the forms of bonuses, medium-term tax revenues, to longer-term potential economic rents, such as royalties and taxes relating to petroleum operations. The Commission will be funded from funds generated through activities of the sector, which include monies generated from the service rentals, data sales, training, and resources, and which are provided already in the licenses that we sign with the companies. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Any seconder? Honorable Member for Upper Salum.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the motion and also to speak on it about the reasons or why we need to entertain such a bill. I think, Honorable Speaker, it's very clear. Over the years and for several years since Africa was independent, the way our natural resources were managed, again, for the most part, has not been done in the interest of the nations. And I think for the minister coming up with such a commission to really take a look at or to facilitate the national fiscal, operational, and local content objectives, and also to manage and coordinate desirable for a high-stake industry, I think this is something very welcome, and I think it's about time we take charge of our natural resources. Honorable Speaker, if you look at the composition and the way this commission will be operationalized, and I think for the most part is in line with our state-owned enterprises. Now, the only thing I would like the minister also to help me understand, if you look on page 14, on the accounts and audit, on page 14 of the bill, on accounts and audit, on the section 20, subsection 2, is saying the commission shall, 3 months before the end of each financial year, 3 months before the end of each financial year, prepare and submit to the Auditor General.
Point of order.
What is your point of order?
Thank you very much.
On what authority?
Yes, Standing Order 43, where it says, after the second reading of the bill, only the merits and principle of and objects and reasons of the bill shall be debated, not the details. And I think the Honourable Member is debated. Thank you.
Honourable Member for Upper Salum.
Yes, thank you.
Please, your comments should be on general merit.
Actually,
and principles, please.
Yes.
Not the entire bill, please.
Okay, because actually I was trying to point out about the merits in terms of accountability. So I thought that's also part of it, because in terms of accountability, I think that needs to be highlighted. And that's the reason why I mentioned it. So if I told you I'm talking about the merits of the bill itself, I think for the sake of accountability also it should be part of it. But I can defer that one until a later time, then the minister can actually help us understand. But Honorable Speaker, I think in generality, I think this is something really we need to consider, and we really need to consider very well. And I think personally, I would support this bill wholeheartedly, just to ensure that we have a proper management of our natural resources of this country. And on that note, Honorable Speaker, I beg to take my seat and to show full support of this particular commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. In accordance with clause 67(1) in bracket of the Standing Order, I now open the floor for the debate on general merit and principle of the bill. Any honourable member who wishes to take part in the debate may do so by raising your constituency card. starting with the majority leader and member for Combo. Raise your cards, please.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to thank the Minister of Energy for coming up with this Petroleum Commission Bill 2020. And this is in line with our integration processes at the level of ECOWAS. The ECOWAS Commission in 2015 had come up with an hydrocarbon policy of which they urged all member states to come up with a policy that will help the countries to manage the resources that are available in their respective countries. And if you look at the objects and reasons for this commission, the bill seeks to provide for the optimal management of petroleum resources through the creation of robust and clear institutional and legal framework consistent with other state institutions and legislations. At the present, what obtains at the Ministry of Energy, the Ministry of Energy is overseeing the management of the resources where they do not have a policy direction in place, which will coordinate the activities on these things and report to the government to ensure that these resources are managed properly. And when any partnership that is done, will be the responsibility of this committee to ensure that those are followed to the letter. And it went on to further state that the creation of the Petroleum Commission as a regulatory body is the final step in the government's efforts to attain the separation. And as I said, that is very key. This clear separation of roles and mandates will enhance policy and regulatory enforcement through smooth engagement and thus enhance efficiency. That will enable the Commission to be able to take the steps and look at all the bylaws and all the agreements that are in place and report to the government accordingly. And this report will be shared to ensure that the Gambian people are also informed on the outcome of the policy. And as I said, this is an opportunity for us as a country because it is ECOWAS that is also engaging member states to come up with this. And the resources that are going to be there, or the capacities, the opportunities that the country is going to gain in terms of capacity building and ensuring that we are working in tandem with the policies that are being created at the level of the ECOWAS Commission will help the Gambia government and the people of the Gambia to gain a lot by sharing experiences, by sharing, the indigenous and also local content of all the activities that we need to do. So on that note, Honorable Speaker, I think this is a bill that the National Assembly has to pass so that we are also not left behind at the level of the ECOWAS to be part of countries that will be signing the hydrocarbon policy that was initiated by ECOWAS. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Member, Majority Leader and Member for Combo South. May I now call on Honorable Member for Serakunda.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, sovereign national wealth is what has enabled all these countries in the Arab world to move from poverty to prosperity. Irrespective of their political systems, we've seen that oil has enabled them to create funds of all types, equity funds, and we can go on, where they give loans to our countries and grants to reduce the exploitation level, but at the end of the day, they still gain what they're supposed to gain in order to continue to accumulate wealth in order to provide services to their populations, building skyscrapers and all sorts of development that some of us may see maybe is extravagant, but in reality, it is yielding them, in fact, more resources by the tourists who go into those countries and still plowing back their gain in the interest of their population. Honorable Speaker, we have many oil-producing countries on the African continent. And they produce, in fact, better quality hydrocarbons than some of these countries. Our problem has been precisely lack of strategic planning. The object of law is to serve as an architectural sketch on which you build the foundations of institutions. So you must have appropriate laws in order to be able to have strategic planning in terms of policy. And then the institutions would be able to function. Without laws, policies, institutions cannot function. They will not have any direction. And exploration has started in this country way during the colonial period. And you will see wells being drilled right at Carnifing there, all the way to Birkama. And some of us who were young enough then, but old enough to know what was happening, you will see companies with Europeans coming and staying in those places for a long duration, and eventually they disappear. What is now being mined at Sanyang, Batokunku, Katong, the British felt it was ilmenite, useless. They left it to lie fallow because they had not developed the building, the building of the technology that will utilize what was there, or to even know what was really there. So they could only mine what they could use. But now, with the cyber era, we are beginning to see that many things are there that were left behind, which are now needed to build technology all over the world and technological products. Our countries are mineral rich without us knowing because we do no prospecting. They are oil rich without knowing because we do not do any prospecting. We have not built the institutions, the universities, that will be able to prepare the ground for research and maintenance of that information